All right. Well, welcome to Team Time, you guys. It is Monday. It is December 15th. And this is going to be our last team time before Christmas because we made the decision not to have team time next Monday night, which is the 22nd. So you can enjoy the time with your family. And then we will reconvene and we will meet on the 29th so that we can get ready for the new year. So tonight we're going to really be intentional with our time. We're going to focus on really what to be focusing on the next 3 weeks and then what to anticipate as the new year is coming and some big things like the Get America Healthy Tour and all of that. And I also wanted to remind you, just so you can plan if it slipped your mind, I did send out an email and a text about it, but Dr. A and Dan, once a month, Dan Bell, are going to be hosting an all coach call that takes place the third Monday of every month from 8:30 to 9:30. And tonight is going to be particularly good. They're going to talk about how do you talk about your story in the 3.0 world? How do you describe what you do? So, like Lucy, if I said, "Hey, Lucy, what do you do?" How do you describe what you do as a health coach, especially as we're evolving into 3.0? So, it's going to be pretty powerful for that. And so, one thing else I wanted to share because I wasn't sure if you saw the announcement, but did you guys see about the client referral program that's coming from Optavia? Not yet? Okay. I just posted all the details in Coaches Opt for Change in our client page, but let me share my screen here. All right. So this was just released. Corporate is initiating a client referral program for our clients. And so for each of our clients that refers somebody who signs up to become a client, the referring client is going to get a $50 wellness credit
Oh,
on their account. $50. So if you're not familiar with what wellness credits are, it's like getting a discount or it's a credit on your account. So if you're an active orderer and you get a wellness credit of $50, that means when you place your next order, you get $50 off. So that goes into effect on December 26th. And they actually updated the app so that when a person goes into the app and they go under my account, there's actually a place there where it says refer my friends and family, and it'll be a customized link so that when the person signs up, they'll get signed up with you as their coach if they go that route. So that's exciting. I'm not sure I should have checked those details before starting this call, but basically it starts the 26th. I attached everything there. Click on the terms and conditions and you can confirm how long it's good for. But that gives you a great opportunity to talk to your clients about referrals and maybe even your inactive clients, invite them back. I know it's up to you as an individual business owner if you want to offer them some sort of credit yourself to your existing client, but let them know if they come back and they bring somebody with them to do it, they'll get a $50 wellness credit. So that's exciting. All right. So tonight we're going to talk about what is it we need to do over the next couple of weeks through year end. And this is the time where we kind of want to let the foot off the gas. It gets quiet. We feel like nobody's watching, nobody's responding, but they are. So we want to stay visible out there. And when you're out on social media, so I would encourage that you are out there daily, sharing about Optavia, sharing about metabolic health, share about your own journey, your own wins. How are you navigating the busy holiday season and your health? And then also, you know, um, we know that people are right now deciding what they're going to do in January. So we want to be very, very visible while we're out there. But keep it real, keep it authentic, keep it true to you. People are most interested in you and what you're doing. And remember that keeping it simple is best. Keeping your message clear is best. And just be you because people are going to do business with you. If it looks like it's simple, it looks like your message is clear, they like and trust you, they're going to do business with you. So social media visibility is important and always posturing that you're the solution to whatever problem they have. The other thing is, I wanted to go back, circle back to utilization of the metabolic quiz. And we talked about that on last week's call. So this is a new tool that you have the option to use, which is a way that kind of bridge the gap of the void of social media, everybody out there, and bridge the gap of somebody coming closer to being curious about what you do. Sometimes people don't want to just message you in your DMs or come directly out. They kind of want to get a better feel for what it is you're doing. So the metabolic quiz is a bridge. So I'm going to have Meg share a little bit tonight because Meg stepped into that world and decided to make hers and had a couple lessons she learned. And then we're going to talk about how you can utilize this because we didn't really get a chance to elaborate on that last week. So Meg, I'll turn it to you.
All right. Hey guys. So last week I set the goal. I was on Team Time. I saw it and I was like, you know what? I'm going to set a deadline, and I had a plan to help Stephanie Sweeney with hers. And so I got after it. I set a timer. It took me about 30 minutes, and I felt so great when I was done. And y'all, it's like the surge you get, the endorphins that you get from doing what you say that you're going to do, from figuring it out, you just can't describe it. It's so, so good. Highly recommend sitting down and doing it. And I'll just tell you some thought habits I had that I ran into is like, oh, I don't know how to do this. I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know, if I'm being the most efficient. But every time I was thinking that, I was like, stop it, just do it. Stop it, just do it. So I didn't know how to clone a jot form and I couldn't figure it out. So I just created one. So little things like that. Whenever I ran into a challenge, I just barreled right through it as fast as I could. So I just encourage anyone, if you haven't done it yet, to just do it scared, do it without watching every video. I don't think I would have ever done it if I had to watch every video to figure it out. Um, and y'all, it's cute. It's great. And I told Dee the first when I did it, I was like, I think we have a miss here. The quiz, we're not asking for their contact information and da 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 da. And Dee was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. People don't want to put their contact information. They want to first diagnose themselves, and they want to find out, like, do their own Dr. Google research, and then they want to give you their information and raise their hand for help. So that was important. I know Dee just said that, but in case you need somebody else's voice or it helps to hear it again, I think it's smart, and I'm really excited about this and this tool, and seeing how many people we can help. So highly recommend doing it scared and doing it anyways, and setting a goal for yourself with a deadline.
Yeah, I think that is the key is to set a time frame. Like make a commitment to yourself that you're going to do it and then give yourself a deadline of when you're going to do it by. Um, because I think that's one of the big differences between 2.0 thinking and 3.0 thinking. If you decide this is a tool that you want to use in your business, anytime we do something new, it's going to feel weird, right? It's going to feel awkward. It's going to feel scary. It's going to feel clunky. And like Meg did, like Meg just had a 3.0 coach is just going to have the mindset of, you know what? I'm going to figure this out. I'm just going to figure this out. That's how I'm going to get there. I'll figure it out. And we've got a lot of tools in place to help us. Now, if you're a brand new coach or just coming back, this may not be a priority for you to do it. Like your coach will work with you if you're a new coach on this, on what your best next steps are. But for those that have been around the block for a while, like it is a great tool to utilize for that bridge and also to utilize to reconnect with people. And that's what I was going to share a little bit about. Because right now, the importance is conversations with people and looking to open the door for conversations and not just reach old clients and like, hey, are you ready? Are you ready to come back? Are you ready to come back? But actually giving something of value that might entice them and actually expand their knowledge, their vision, and their understanding of what it is that we currently do. So in the same links that I shared last week with the recording from Team Time, I will, this information was in there that I'm going to show you, but I will also share the link again with this replay so you have it. But so These are some scripts, so don't worry that you have to write them down, but you could screenshot if you want, or like I said, you'll be able to get a click to the Canva document yourself. But the metabolic quiz, so a warm lead is somebody in your world that is familiar with you, that is familiar with what it is that you do. They might have been a client before, they might have not. Maybe they just inquired, maybe you did a health assessment and they weren't ready yet. So, this is who they are. So past clients, past health assessments, and maybe people who've expressed interest. They've asked before about what it is you do. Maybe you haven't ever gotten them fully to a health assessment. So this would be considered your warm market right now. So here is a sample script that you could use in whatever way you typically communicate with these individuals. If you do phone calls and voicemails, if you voice text, if you just want to send a text or a PM, however you best connect with your prior clients. But hey, John, I was thinking about you today and I hope you're doing well. I just added a new 45-second wellness quiz that shows where your metabolism is right now and what could help next. Want me to send it your way and you can see your results. So notice we didn't say, hey, John, how are you? I have a new metabolic quiz. Here it is. We're actually going for let's reconnect, let's connect, and then ask permission. So now if John responds back, yes, okay, you can keep a list of who you sent it to. You can send it to John and say, okay, here it is. Let me know your result and I'll help you interpret it. So now you're bridging that maybe you can have a conversation with them. Past share calls, very similar. So this would be people that you did a health assessment with that weren't ready yet. It gives you a way to circle back, follow up, hey, Mary, I was thinking about you today. I hope you're doing well. I just created a new 45-second wellness quiz that shows where your metabolism is right now and what habits would move the needle faster. Thought of you since we chatted about your goals back then. Want to take it? Again, poising with a question. Past share calls. Hey, I've been reconnecting with a few people I've talked health with in the past. I've created a new 45-second wellness quiz that shows what your metabolism is doing behind the scenes. Would you want to take it? I can send it over. So again, very non-threatening, asking permission, not spammy whatsoever. If they've expressed interest, maybe they haven't ever got to the health assessment or to a call. Hey, I've been reconnecting with a few people I've talked health with in the past. I just created a new 45-second wellness quiz that shows where your metabolism is doing what your metabolism is doing behind the scenes. Would you want to take it? I can send it over. I see you guys screenshotting. That's great. Hey, so here's options for you. And you can, of course, tweak this to whatever. But again, this is training from one of the top leaders that designed and implemented it, and it's working beautifully for her. So I'm pretty much, the way I've built my entire business is replicating what successful people have done. Hey, Frank, since you mentioned wanting to improve your health, I wanted to offer you something helpful. I have a really quick 45-second metabolism quiz that gives you a snapshot of where you are right now. Want the link? So lots of different ways that you can send this out. And then I love this. There's also included a follow-up here. So if they don't reply, so if it's been 48 to 72 hours, you can then reply back. No rush at all. Just wanted to offer. The quiz is honestly eye-opening for most people. Do you want the link? So some people, you never know. They might have forgotten. It's a great way to circle back. If they don't, let it go, right? If they say yes, perfect. Here you go. Insert the quiz link. When you're done, feel free to message me your results. I can help you interpret it. And once you get that quiz, once you've done that cloning process, it's in the Google Doc that was provided. It's a simple clone process. Once you have it, you have a link that once you're in that program, you can just link and then easily copy paste in. If they say no or not right now, all good. If you ever want a quick snapshot of where your metabolism is, it'll be here for you. So again, you are just a resource with a tool to help them with their potential problems. So questions around that. Is it something you could see yourself using? Yes? Okay. There is also some scripts here for so Lucy, that quiz, if you look in Coaches Opt for Change, she just said, where can we find the quiz? If you look at last week's team time, there is a link in there with a training on how do you access the quiz and then replicate it for and personalize it for yourself. So very similar to creating a job form. And with the JOT form, which is the online health assessment, there is also now a version that you can replicate that is more metabolic health driven than the questions we used to ask. Now, there is the possibility if you want to go with a little colder approach. So maybe this is somebody who follows your stories all the time. Maybe you don't really know them that well, but they see your stuff or whatever. So there's also in here a cold market reach out. Let me pull it. So let me pull this up for you. I would always start with your warm market. Start with the people you know, people that know, like, and trust you. But here is a couple of ways that you could reach. It said cold leads do not know you yet, and they have not specifically shown interest in health or your coaching. Your goal is to warm them up by offering health first, not creating pressure. The metabolic quiz is a simple, neutral, low commitment tool that opens the door to a conversation. Just keep the message short. So all of them start with hi, use their first name, make it personal. And then this is, I think actually written by ChatGPT. And it all is some different ways that you could frame it based on what feels right to you. So, hey, Susie, I have a quick 60-second metabolism quiz that gives you a helpful snapshot of how the metabolism is functioning. If I send it to you, would you be open to taking a look? So it's just a way to bridge for people that are following you, that to bridge to them. You can add value. Hey, Susan, I'm sharing a simple metabolism quiz that many people have found insightful. Would you like a link? So a way that you can start a conversation with somebody. All right, questions around that? All right. So so a couple things we talked about over the next few weeks. So this is a really viable tool that you can use to start conversations, to go through your health assessment, your binder of the not yet individuals, to go through with your inactive clients. No matter how you reach out to them, whether you use this tool or not, I definitely don't miss the opportunity with inactives. We've had a lot of activity with that. Last month, more returning clients than new clients. And then also just be on the lookout and listen over these next few weeks, just at events. Listen, now that we know so much more about metabolic health with fatigue, brain fog, all the issues we know it can address, be on the lookout. Listen when you're at events. Now, it's not necessarily party talk, but listen to it, that you can, you know what I mean, offer a solution to somebody. You're like, hey, I might be able to help you. Would you like to have a conversation? But it's all around us. So you want to make sure people in your world know what you do, that we're expanding into this new market, and that you could potentially help them. Kelly.
These conversations, is it recommended that we send them via text or via messenger or direct messaging through social media? What's the better method?
So I think with your warm leads, I would say whatever way you would typically communicate with them. Text might feel right to you because that's how you've had your correspondence with them. I mean, most of my inactives, I find that they would respond best to me on a text, right? That's me. They know that's how we used to communicate. So me sending via text would be very normal. So I would just choose whatever method you typically would communicate with those individuals. Now, if you're going on the cold list, right? So now it's somebody who's been following your stories and you see them, day after day after day, then that one, of course, would be a private message through Messenger. Does that answer the question? Okay. Other comments, feedback? Has anybody used it yet?
I did the JOT form, but I had a hard time trying to put my JOT form at the end of the metabolic quiz, to so it links to that, at the end. But it
Okay.
said just hover over it and you'll be able to do it. Well, it wouldn't do. So I just need to
Okay.
keep trying it.
Okay. And if you want, you and I know we meet Wednesdays for
Yeah.
your mentor call, but we could do it tomorrow, whatever. We could just hop on and screen share from your side, and I can
Okay.
help you with where that is.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's an open invitation for any of you guys. You know that, right? Like I'm very available if you need help, even if it's just hopping on and we go um through something on screen share or whatever. And we can also talk about it. We will have our Coach Connect, which is our open forum on Thursdays from 12:30 to 1. We will have it this week. We won't, of course, have it on Christmas and New Year's. But if you have any of those kind of questions, we could always do it during that session as well, because it's always a working session. And then before we talk about like looking ahead to next year, as you're busy, we talked about this last week. I know most of us or many of us are working other jobs. We're having family. It's the holiday season. We're super busy. I recommend time blocking. That that you commit, kind of like Meg said, she committed, she was going to get her form done, that you commit and schedule, whether it's 30 minutes or an hour of your time to create some posts, etc. I just schedule it and it'll get done and honor it like you would any other appointment that you have for yourself. Because during this season, it is 100% going to be about consistency, and it's easy to miss a day before you realize it. So consistency by scheduling. And that's the beauty of a flexible business like this, is that you can accomplish a lot in a short amount of time. All right. So next up, we have coming events. We will have team time on the 29th. So we'll talk about our game plan and strategy for the new year. But we're also all gaming up for the Get America Healthy Tour, which is across the country. Home events, large events will be held so that we can really start to spread this message about what's possible for individuals with our program, but also what's possible from the business opportunity. So we're going to do one here in Atlanta. So Stephanie, I will let you kind of bring the crowd up to speed and some words of advice if somebody would like to do one of their own.
Yeah, so I'm so excited. Yeah, we're going on tour. Woo! Dee has this great image that has like the United States and like all these little red dots of all the tour. So wouldn't it be cool if like wherever you're at to actually be on that map? Um, and it's so we're gonna have one here in Atlanta coming up on June is it June the 9th? June the 10th. Sorry. Oh my gosh, June the 10th. And it's on Saturday. And just making it simple, just like our program is simple, and our different plans are simple, and that's what people just want is simplicity. Um, the and just making sure that you're inviting your clients, your potential clients, those that might be interested in what we do as health coaches. Whether you can even say something's coming up, the beginning of the year, after the first of the year, and we're going to talk about what a metabolic health reset looks like, and whether you're interested in that, or for somebody that you care for, or perhaps maybe you're interested on helping others help with resetting their metabolic health and getting to the next level. So it's going to be just very casual. A lot of these are held at different people's homes or a clubhouse area, so it doesn't have to be all fancy and structured, and because corporate has provided us with a lot of information, sometimes so much information that you can pick and choose and just make it work for you and your community then too. We're excited, so we're going to have that. So hopefully you all can join us and come down and travel. If you want to travel and stay at my house, I have room, so come on down.
Same. And also know that, thank you, Stephanie. That was a perfect description. That if you can't do it, like let's say you're like, I really would like to host an event, but I can't do it on January 10th. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because corporate's going to send out recorded content. And if you decide to use the corporate content, it's recorded. You could play it anytime. And so if you just have a conflict, you can't do the 10th, you could always host one on the 17th or the 24th. Like that's absolutely fine. I know Vicky has talked about possibly coming, like going ahead and setting a date for one in the Charlotte area, coming and attending ours. She can reconnect with the team here, and then go help spread the mission out in the Charlotte area. So that's a maybe. She's brainstorming and thinking about ideas. So if any of you guys are thinking about it, you want tips or have a conversation, just reach out. We can schedule it, and I can help you plan for what it would look like, potentially. And these are really designed to be outreach ideas. People are very interested. Kelly, it can be any time on the 10th because content is recorded. So we're going to do ours in the afternoon. It's going to be from 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock. But if you decided you wanted a morning event from 9 to 11, you could do that. And on the Tuesday before, corporate will send out the recorded info. So you will have it. So you can make it work for whatever works for you. January 10th. I was just going to say something else about that. And I really want to encourage you guys as you are thinking about the future. Like I know we always think about we want new clients, et cetera. And we've got the bomb diggity of a plan that can help so many different people. So I hope that you are working on your own health, continuing to move your own self forward. It'll help tremendously with your confidence, with your integrity, whatever that looks like for you. Like we're all in different stages. This does not mean you have to go back to the 5 and 1 or anything of that nature, but that you are incorporating the principles of our program so that because we're all fluctuating with it. But I will share with you, I want to share two things just personally as we're wrapping up for the evening. So I've been on my own metabolic journey looking to reduce body fat. It has been it's been a struggle. Like it has made me realize what our clients go through when they're committed to the 5 and 1 week after week after week, and when the scale doesn't move as quickly. However, body is recomping. And so people are noticing, and including my trainer at the gym, right? I know my body fat percent is down 2%. That felt super good when they were like, holy smokes, like what is different here? I'm actually talking to the gym now about potentially offering Optavia from there as one of their tools. They offer like a macro-based approach, but they want to hear about it. And then Jeff knows this. We went to the grocery store the other day, and it just blew me away because I was in the parking lot, just like returning the cart, and this woman stopped me. I was like 6 hours post gym, hair in a ponytail, no makeup, probably stunk to high heaven. And this woman stopped me, and she was like, I just got to know, like, what do? You look so good. And, and so she said, you must work out. And I said, I do. I said, but I'm a health coach. I said, this is primarily nutrition. And she goes, well, God, you just look so healthy. And that just reminded me, you guys, like, we're not just helping people lose weight. Like you look different, you radiate different when you have good nutrition, good hydration, good habits of health. And then the last thing being, I've shared with you about my friend from high school who went on program. She's a cardiac physician assistant in the small town I grew up in. She loves this program. I mean, she has fallen in love with the convenience, the structure, menopausal woman, et cetera. So I've been thinking about her for a health coach, but honestly, and she'll probably listen to the replay, nervous to ask her. I'm thinking she's super busy. I know she works 10-hour days. I know she makes a good income. I'm thinking, would she want to do this? And I asked her the other day to send me some before and after pictures. I said, I would love to be able to show you side by side. And she said, okay. And she sent the pictures. And then I just first started it out like, you must feel fantastic. Tell me how that feels, whatever. And we usually communicate through text. That is her primary form. And so I thought, you know what? I don't usually do it this way, but I'm going to do it this way. And I said, hey, I've got 2 questions. I said, number one, would you be willing to share these pictures? Either you or I just know that your story would change somebody else's life. And she agreed with that. First, it was for me to do it. And then second question was, would you ever consider doing exploring the idea of health coaching? I said, I think that we could help a lot of people, and I would love for us to help more people in the North Country, which is what the area is called. And she wrote back, yes. Yes, I saw your post the other day about coaching. I've been thinking about it. I would like to learn more. And that was on, I think, Wednesday. And then she's already signed up as a coach and has her first client lined up. So just ask the question, you guys. Open your mouth, ask the question. If you're not sure how you would coach them, any of us, Frank, Meg, myself, whoever's your mentor, will work with you on how to train them, how to bring them up to speed with all things Optavia. So you will not be alone if they say yes to coaching. So, I'm super proud of all of you guys for your faithfulness through the year, showing up on these team times, being here tonight. Did want to give you the opportunity to spend that time next week with your family. I'll still be available. Anything you need, I'm here. But just appreciate every single one of you guys. And so no call, no Monday night call next Monday night for our team. But I do encourage you tonight to come back around 8:30 and be on Dr. A's and Dan's call. So that is it. So I will see you here for team time on the 29th, and appreciate you guys. Love you all.
See you guys.
Bye.